What's up, YouTube? Zaid here with your boy Russell. What you do today?
One locals with the worst deck in the room, Vanquish.
What a champion. I still haven't read these cards.
Yeah,
Casey played them forever and I still refuse to read them.
Nobody knows what they do. You can't raise in quick effect and do the search effect in the same chain, but nobody plays around that. Nobody knows that.
Do you have any shout outs or anything, or you want to get right into the list?
Shout out Jeremy, because he's the only guy that I test with, and he's actually good at testing. Shout out Casey, because I haven't seen him in a while. He's the best ever. Shout out Klein, who just left. Hi, Klein.
YouTube knows Klein.
Shout out Dave for being in the McClanahan tournament.
That fat boy, I hope he wins.
That's about all I got.
All right, let's get into this.
Okay, so main deck first. Let's get all the stupid VS monsters out of the way.
All the bad cards.
Yeah, all the bad cards. This is the only good card. You have to play 3 of it because this engine doesn't actually search anything for itself except for Raisin. So like you need attributes, and if this is the only way that you can get to an attribute, you have to max out on it. So I'm going to show all the consistency cards later. You have to play 1 Mad Love for Stake Your Soul. Realistically, you never want this to actually be your normal summon. You just want it to have for like a Stake Your Soul target. If you open up Stake Your Soul plus a way to get to Xiaolong, because usually with Xiaolong you're searching the trap, but if you have Stake Your Soul, you can Xiaolong search another monster, get more attributes, and then Stake Your Soul out Mad Love. Don't play more because you would rather just play like Small World or Durandal or other ways to normal summon Raisin. Pantera, same thing. She's
good band.
MST effect never comes up, but she is an inherent special summon. So sometimes if you're in like a game state where your normal summon gets removed, like a Raisin, you're able to search Pantera to special summon it to get rock, get back Raisin, and then your ball's rolling again. Same thing as a Stake Your Soul target.
I'm a child. I laughed at balls
rolling.
Balls
rolling. 2 Xiaolong. You have to play 2 because you need to have a fire to search with Raisin to be able to get the 2 fires for Xiaolong. So 2, but you can't brick on all the big names. Same reason why you only play 2 of this and 2 of this. Runic exists, and you don't really want to always be opening up these guys, but as far as like monsters that you would actually like to open, as far as, you know, dodging Valor, dodging Imperm, and everything like that, these guys are busted. This card speeds up games. You will never lose in time. Like, this card's broken. And then all the consistency cards, so copy number 4 of Raisin, copy number 5 of Raisin, and then consistency cards, 6, 7, 8 copies of Raisin. This card fucking sucks. This card's horrible. I opened it like 9 times and it never came up. It was either getting lightning stormed and never came up. Or
what's it do?
It's just a quick effect monster reborn or add back to hand. So like,
well, you say it's bad, so that card sucks.
A lot of VS profiles will like just play 2 of this because 9 times out of 10, like, VS players are just like the main characters, so you just end up with all 3 attributes in anyways. So you can just set a trap and then flip it and dark hole the board and win the game. Speaking of which, this is your only win con. You never ever actually need to make rock 9 times out of 10, because if your inboard is just like Xiaolong to get all 3 attributes and then like a Fenrir or Xiaolong and Borger, as long as this is set up and you have the resource loop going, you win.
So basically, if this card sucks, right?
Yeah.
Anyone that plays this deck in the comments, let us know if you play it so we can roast you.
Yeah, because honestly, before I
make rank 4s.
Yeah, you can make rank 4s, and you know how many rank 4s I made today? And every single day since I've ever played this deck. Yeah, so true. I would have played 2 trap, but I only had 1 ultra, so I was like, well, I can't play an ultra and a common.
You're not a peasant.
And then Vanquish Soul Fenrir, Vanquish Soul Rise Heart, same thing, resource loop. Your deck is ass, and sometimes Stake Your Soul getting ass will just lose you the game, so the 1 called by for consistency. The only reason why you would ever play this deck,
the good cards.
Actually, I'm gonna go to this one too. D-Shifter 4, 5, and 6 in the main deck, because every single deck in the format plays into this card.
That's a real way to make rank 4s.
Before SP, I was hyping up people on playing Contact C, but this card's actually busted. A fire, so you play it, which comes up because Raisin plus a fire will get you to anything you could ever want.
Imagine playing Ash because it's fire, not because it's Ash.
No, this card doesn't matter. My opponent ashes me, I called by it, and then I'm sitting there with an Ash in my hand just mad that I called by it.
At least I have this to reveal.
The best top deck you could ever get in the game besides Ghost Ogre, God bless Imperm, and then 2 darks. Fiendsmith, I actually talked to Jeremy about this before he came. Fiendsmith, like, the fall off of the Fiendsmith engine needs to be studied because those cards aren't like as real anymore, but these cards are still inherently broken, because I was telling Jeremy I just wanted to play 1 Magnuma and in testing it felt fine, but sometimes Druis Worm alone applies a lot of pressure.
What do you search if you don't play another target? Is this the only other dragon?
This is a dragon, which you are never actually complaining about getting this out of your deck because the more fucking attributes, more engine, you feel fine. But Druis is broken. So that's the main deck. I don't know. I'm bashing this card, but I've never played without it. So maybe as soon as I take it out, I'm just gonna be mad that I took it out.
That's a lot of going second cards. What, 17 counting the Fenrir's?
Yeah.
Do you count this as a going second card?
Yeah, no, these are definitely going second cards.
So you have 17 non-engine for going second.
Yeah, the other thing, like part of the reason why I played these and why I really, really wanted to play Nib if Nib wasn't actually horrible is because I think Small World sucks in this deck and Durendal is broken and you need to give yourself bodies sometimes to get access to Durendal.
Yeah, so going second, like retaliating plus this is full combo.
Yeah, you can, because like you can equip this to your opponent's shit, but sometimes like I've had situations where like a Mad Love has ended up in grave or a Shifter's ended up in grave, and then I Bishul it, Durendal equips, and then I'm off to the races. Like, because as soon as you resolve Raisin, you win the game. Like actually. Well, not exactly. Zhalong has to resolve too. This deck sucks. As soon as this card is set, you win the game because no deck can fucking beat one Dark Hole. Yeah, Retaliating Sea is actually broken. I would say that's the card to play this format. It should be in your side deck, but whenever you can play it as an Earth, it's perfect. So that's the main deck, 40 even, because if you don't see Raisin, you lose the game. And
if I don't draw it, I'm gonna be raising hell.
Actually, because sometimes you're gonna open up hands. Like I had a hand today where it was like Druis Worm. It was Druis Worm, continue, Imperm, and then a Phantasma or something. A random side card, I think it was Droll, and I was like, my deck sucks. I was like, I should have played 4 copies of Durendal. I should have played Noble Arms Museum. You should have. I was like, that was the secret.
What does that do? Search the...
Searches Raisin number 5.
Wait, then you could play Terraforming to get to it?
And I could also play Race Off if you play
also play Angelica to get that.
Oh my...
Yeah, this is the best Infernoble deck profile you've ever seen. Zaid, what do you want next? Do you want
extra? Unless you don't, like, what's more important in this deck?
Yeah, the extra's not real, actually. I'm gonna talk about the side. It's 3 rock plus a bunch of filler, except for some other cards. So, this card is busted. This card will actually just win you games that you do not deserve. FK is arguably the best deck in the room with Foros walking around. And if you are able to open up this exact combo, you should be winning the game. Because you call the effect to not be able to activate effects engrave because that's just the most broken thing that Konami's printed on a card besides Mystic Mine. And then you Cosmic Island, and it's not fair. It's not fair.
Win the game.
You win the game. And then this helps out in like a bunch of other random matchups too, just because turning off graveyard effects, you do not care, but everybody else does. Phantasme, if somebody ends on an IP, you can Magna search the Phantasme, so that way whenever they make the SP, you can trigger this, so that way you have the big body with the targeting protection, which is also extremely relevant, because then you have a body to kill the SP. I don't know. I like Phantasme a lot, because in this deck, whenever it's see Raisin or lose, you kind of need the hand correction, which I'll come back to Droll. Ultimate Slayer is busted.
Does this have a way to search Raisin?
No, but it lets you draw cards. So
basically,
quick little preview into the extra. Between Bucephalus, Garura, Entis, Coral, and Aggregator, you are always like getting some amount of value out of this. Because playing into a Yubel board, if you didn't draw Shifter or Retaliating Sea, is really, really hard. But whenever you have like this or this, depending on your hand, to trade with either the Phantom or the Silvera. I don't know, what's the actual name of that one? The Sylvie? Yeah. Silvera. Sure. You're able to trade with it really, really easily. And then this applies more pressure. And as soon as once you use Ultimate Slayer to use an Entis to like 2-for-1 a board, Vanquish Soul cards naturally trade very, very well between like the targeting, dodging, the Raisin, destroying a column. Like they can play through a board naturally very, very well. And then the last 3 cards are Droll, because I don't own Foros, and this card's broken as long as I don't drop Foros and Droll. Because it's good in FK, it's good in Yubel, as long as they don't, if they misplay and they add Nightmare Pain to hand, it's really good in Yubel. But yeah.
It's locals, everyone will just misplay,
yeah,
right?
everybody will misplay, trust. It'll happen eventually, including me.
And they'll be paralyzed reading your cards.
Yeah, no, they're gonna read my cards and just feel like, oh fuck. Raisin can do both of those in the same turn. And then the extra, I already showed off the Ultimate Slayer targets. And then Typhon, because it's a grindy deck, so Typhon actually comes up all the time because you're able to, like, as long as rock is on the field, and like I said, if you have Xiaolong and the trap or Raisin and Grave that you add back to hand with the rock, you're able to just like slap Typhon onto an extra body, like whether it be a Fenrir, a Borger, a Caesar, and then you're able to get like value out of it. You're able to get value out of it, which is amazing. And then Zeus package, because once again, these cards trade very, very well, but sometimes just being able to use the Pantera effect or the continue card sucks to get back out to make the Zeus package. Oh, sorry, I turned it the wrong way. It helps you clear up boards because then, you know, you're able to just like keep the ball rolling because in like, as far as card economy goes, this deck is always either you're losing because you have 1 attribute in hand or you're winning because you have 9. Like, and then I play this because I play continue because it's another way to get to Raisin. So,
Yo,
like,
battling boxers? What does this actually do for your deck?
This is the best Infernoble deck profile known to man.
Oh, it searches?
Yeah, it searches. It has a second effect. I think it's like a targeting thing. I have no clue what the second effect is. I've searched Raisin and then I blinked it away. And then Baguga, SP Little Knight.
Oh, what?
Baguga. And then 3 rock. I only have 1 ulti because I only pulled 1. I didn't summon the ulti once today.
Oh, have you thought?
got the Zeus.
Yeah, that is how I got the Zeus.
You thought about getting a job, bro? You gotta have 3 ultis.
Nah, dude, I don't have a job. That's why I'm playing Vanquish till 2024. But no, as far as like cards that are actually necessary, like you can make an argument not to play Ultimate Slayer because since it has to send for Grave, there are going to be matchups where you're putting in like Shifter, Retaliating Seat, and Ultimate Slayer, which feels really like bad, and you should be prioritizing activating Shifter, but like I said, it's a grindy deck. You're going to get to grind games. The only cards that you should for sure be playing is obviously these 3, this one, and then the Zeus package and Typhon. Like everything else in a Vanquish Soul deck, you can interchange
This is
however
really
you
cool.
want. Yeah, this is a cool little neat thing because Mad Love and Pantera are just great rank 4 extenders. So that's all I got.
Why no like rank 7 for the Kashtira stuff? Does that never come up?
It does come up, but whenever it would come up, it would only be for Zeus. And I was playing Flare Metal and Dark Armed at different times because Dark Armed also helps clearing a field. But if you're at the point where you already have a Fenrir or a Riot, like if all you have is Fenrir and you're making Dark Armed, your opponent's probably already cooking the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And if you're at the point where it's Fenrir and a Borger, you should be winning the game because you have your engine rolling. So whenever it came down to cards to cut for the Ultimate Slayer targets, I cut like Nightmare Phoenix, IP, what else?
I also go pee sometimes. Never poop though.
What's wrong with this guy?
That's pretty cool. I thought it was good, Zayd.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think
It's a real problem, my doctor said.
I think if you have Foros within your deck list, do not activate it against a Vanquish Soul player because we will not make rock. If you have Perulia, you will auto win the game. So just side in Perulia and this deck can't win. But this deck can activate Gravekeeper's Inscription and Shifter. So play it. It's really good, I swear.
Sick. Thank you for the profile. Any final words? Any closing thoughts?
Scroll down, press the like and subscribe button for Zayd Slater.
Yo, let's go. If you don't, we'll find you.
Yeah. And don't play Droll if you have Molcharmies. That's all I got.
Go to. Thank you.